So recently, there has been a pretty big leak that is suggesting that 3rd Gen Ryzen 7 will have 12 cores and 24 threads for less than $300 with clock speeds above 4 GHz. On top of this, it is also suggesting that there will be an introduction of a new Ryzen 9 series which will have up to 16 cores and 32 threads for just $400 to $500. So not only would AMD be increasing the core count and clock speed, but they would also be decreasing the price and paving the road for 7nm CPUs. Can AMD actually offer this? Most likely. Will they? Possibly. But despite whether or not they do offer this with 3rd Gen Ryzen, here are some other reasons why you should wait for 3rd Gen Ryzen. Welcome to Hari's Hobbies. So first of all, this is going to be a tick year, so basically the big refresh year. Ryzen 1 was a tick year, and last year Ryzen 2 was a talk year. So as you guys can see, Ryzen 2 just has small improvements over Ryzen 1 such as clock speed improvements, but that was pretty much it. There was no new architecture or big core count increases, it was pretty much just clock speeds and just other minimal things. However, with 3rd Gen Ryzen, it will at least offer a 7nm process as a new big upgrade. And next year in 2021, it'll be the 4th generation Ryzen, which will probably be a talk year, so just small improvements next year. And we will probably not see a big upgrade until 2021, when AMD will most likely launch AM5. As a result, this is going to be the big last upgrade for AM4, and you can bet that you will not be left in the dust the following year. Next up, this leak is suggesting really good pricing for the new generation. It is suggesting that the Ryzen 7 3700, which will have 12 cores and 24 threads, to only be $300. And it is also suggesting that the top-end Ryzen 9 model will have 16 cores and 32 threads and only come in at $500 but be able to overclock all the way to 5.1 GHz. Now that would be absolutely outstanding if that happened, but those are some big offers for those prices. Thus, I'm really not sure how true this leak will come out to be. However, no matter what happens, you can bet that whatever AMD offers will be great value and much better than what Intel has to offer. In my opinion, I think that AMD will offer an 8-core 16-thread CPU on a 7nm architecture with at least 5 GHz as overclocking. And I think that it'll be priced in the mid or lower 300s around where the 9700K is. Plus, you'll probably also get a really nice stock cooler with it. So overall, you will not be ripped off no matter what AMD has to offer. Now, this leak is suggesting that 3rd Gen Ryzen will be revealed at CES next month and launched soon after. However, it is getting very close to CES and we still haven't heard anything from AMD, so I'm really pretty skeptical about this one. Historically, AMD has released their Ryzen mainstream CPUs at the end of March or beginning of April, and I'm pretty sure they will do the same this year. But even then, that is only 3 months out and you won't be having to wait much longer. Also, it is no secret that AMD CPUs don't have the best RAM support, and there are several RAM sticks that will simply not run at the advertised speeds with AMD CPUs. This list has severely been shortened, but there are still a handful of popular RAM sticks that are simply not supported. But hopefully with Ryzen 3rd generation, we will no longer have to face this issue. Now, it is not that big of a deal to find RAM sticks that are compatible with Ryzen CPUs, but this is just an additional benefit of Ryzen 3rd generation. Finally, Ryzen 2nd generation pricing will only get better with the launch of Ryzen 3rd generation. So let's say AMD announces 3rd generation Ryzen and it's just really not what you're expecting for and it is just not that great. Well, at that point, you can just go pick up Ryzen 2nd generation CPU for a lot cheaper than what you could right now. For example, the Ryzen 7 1700 from the 1st generation of Ryzen launched for a price of $330. But after the launch of 2nd generation Ryzen this Black Friday, you can get for a whopping $150. Even now, you can get for a very low price of $200. So once 2nd generation Ryzen is not the newest thing that AMD has to offer, the price will be significantly reduced and you'll be able to save a lot of money. So even if worst comes to worst and Ryzen 3rd generation is just mediocre, which I really doubt, but even if it does come down to that, at the end of the day, you can just pick up a new 2nd generation Ryzen CPU and walk out with some extra cash in your pocket that you can spend elsewhere. Overall, Ryzen 3rd generation seems very promising because all the leaks so far are suggesting really great things such as new architecture, more cores, and higher core clock speeds. On top of this, it is going to be coming out very soon and will definitely be better value than whatever Intel has to offer. Finally, it will most likely have better RAM support and it will not be outdated very soon. And even if it doesn't turn out to be that great, you can just pick up a new Ryzen 2nd generation CPU and save some cash on it. So, That's why you should wait for 3rd generation Ryzen. But that's just what I think. What do you guys think? Do you think AMD will actually offer this? And if not, what do you think they will offer? Make sure to comment down below what you guys think, because I do read all my comments and I'm curious as to what you guys think, so make sure to post your thoughts. Also, if you guys like this video, then make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more videos just like this one. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.